Hi guys, this is going to be a play-along lesson for Runaround Sue on bass. Runaround Sue is a great tune. Uses the same four notes and has three different parts: an intro part, a verse part, and a chorus part. And all of those parts use the same four notes: D, B, G, and A. And I'm going to show you where each of those can be found on the neck of your bass. But it uses three different strum patterns for each of those parts. And we're going to go over how to play those. And this video will give you some practice sections to play along with for your bass part in Runaround Sue. Okay, so we're going to start with the intro to this song. And the intro to this song is very simply our four notes that we need to learn. So on the neck of your bass, starting at the bottom with the strings, the strings are starting at the bottom just like on a guitar. The furthest one away from you we're going to call 1, the next one 2, 3, and the one closest to you is 4. And just like on the neck of your guitar, your bass has frets going up the neck of the guitar, starting by the headstock with 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so on, right? So we're going to talk about where to place your finger using strings and fret numbers. And you can really use any finger you'd like, whatever's comfortable for you. On the neck of a bass, you have wider frets, so you can even use 2 fingers if it's hard for you to push down the string, because they are bigger. And as we play along, your bass is obviously going to sound a little bit different than my guitar, because my guitar is in a higher register. So, but it should sound the same because we're going to be playing the same notes. Let's start with the intro part to this song. The intro part to this song is just going to be each of our notes, D, B, G, and A, held out on the downbeat of 1, and then resting on and the upbeats and downbeats of and, 2, and 3, and 4, and playing again on 1. So we're only playing this intro one time in this song, one progression, and it's only going to be played on the downbeats. So it'll be something like this. That's it, very simple, right? You have to make sure here that you're pressing your finger all the way down to the fretboard so that we don't get a muted note. So the chord progression is D, A, G, D, B, G, A. That's correct. Sorry about that. So to play the first note, the D, it's going to be 3rd string, 5th fret. You can play that with your 1st finger, your 2nd finger, your 3rd finger, 2 fingers, whatever is most comfortable for you. So here's what that should sound like. You can play along with this. I'm going to play a bunch of these in a row for you. You ready? So 5th fret, 3rd string. This is the note is D. Only playing that one string because we're not playing a chord. It's just the note. So you're only playing that 3rd string. Okay? The second note we're going to play is a B, and that's still on the 3rd string, so we're just going to slide down the neck of the guitar. When I say down, I mean towards the headstock. We're going to slide down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, to B. We don't need to play them as we slide down. We're just gonna, right? So, and this is played on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string of your bass. So find that note, right? Push it down all the way to the fretboard. Use 2 fingers if it's hard. You should get a nice tone there. So here are a couple of B's for you to play along with and practice just that beat. So there's our B. And for this play along video, if you need to practice any part along with the play along parts, you can always rewind this video, go back to it, start it again. That's the beauty of technology. All right, so the third note that we're going to need to play here, we're going to switch to the 4th string now and play the 3rd fret. Again, any finger will do. 2 fingers works too. So we're going to be moving from B to G. So we're going up to the 4th string, 3rd fret. 4th string, 3rd fret is a G. Here is a G. Should sound nice and full. So there's our G. For the last note in this progression, we're going to slide up on the 4th string, 2 frets, 1, 2. When I say up, I mean towards the body of your bass. All right, so that's going to be our A. Right. So again, any finger will do. 2 fingers will do, as long as we have a good tone there. Right, no mutes. So, so here is an example of your A for you to play along to. So there's our A. So now here is the intro. The intro part is just going to be played on the downbeat of 1, just 1 time. So I'm going to play that. I'm going to count it out for you as we're going, and so that we can get the time. And we're going to do it nice and slow, so you can practice switching between those notes. And I'm going to play it a few times for you here, so you can practice along with this section. And again, the order of the notes, the progression here is D, B, G, A, or 5th fret 3rd string, 2nd fret 3rd string, 3rd fret 4th string, 5th fret 4th string. All right, it's kind of like a little box. Ready? So here is the intro. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the intro. So after that 4 count, we'll be moving on to the verse part. Now the verse part is the same notes in the same order. It's just a different strum pattern. So where we were going just on the downbeat of 1 for the intro, the new strum pattern is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So it'll sound something like this. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So in the song, so I'm going to play that again for you to have a play along section, which you can practice if you're like to up to speed that tempo we were just playing. You can rewind and play that part. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a slower one. And in the verse, that verse progression is going to go 4 times. So we're going to play that whole thing 4 times. So here is a play along practice for the verse section. And remember, the strum pattern here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And ready? Here we go. We're going to play it a little bit slower. I'm going to give you a little bit of slower progression here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so that is a couple of examples of the verse progression, which you can play, which you can rewind this video and now practice along with that. Now, the last part that you're going to need to learn here is the chorus progression. Now, the chorus progression in the song only goes 1 time. So it's a pretty short chorus. And it has a different chord progression, and it has a different strum pattern. So we're going to go over both of those here. All right. So for the chord progression, the change now is just going to be, we're only going to use 3 of our notes here. Sorry, note progression. We're only going to use 3 of our notes here. We're going to be using G, D, and A. All right. Those are the only 3 notes we need for the chorus. All right. So the chorus progression is G, then back to D, then up to D, then back to G, and then up to A. So again, one more time, the G, where we're going to be starting this chorus progression, is the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Any finger will do. Right? So 3rd fret, 4th string is our G. 5th fret, 3rd string is our A. Or our D, I'm sorry, is our D. Back to 3rd fret, 4th string for our G, and then up 2 frets to 4th string, 5th fret for our A. So one more time, 3rd fret, 4th string is our first note, the G. Our second note is D. It's 3rd string, 5th fret. We're going to go back to the G, 3rd fret, 4th string, and then up 2 frets to the 5th fret of the 4th string for our A. So those are the changes we're going to be making. And I'm using 1st finger to 3rd finger to 1st finger to 3rd because I don't have to move my hand at all if I do that. Maybe on the bass a little bit you will, but you'll have to move it if you use those different fingers to play those different notes. You'll have to move your hand a little bit less, so it'll be a little bit easier maybe to find those notes. All right, so that's the progression of notes we're going to use. And the strum pattern that we're going to use for the chorus is similar to the verse, but a little bit different. Where the verse was 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to now use 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So this is different from the verse only because we're now playing on the upbeat of 2, on the and of 2, whereas in the verse we were resting on that beat. So I'm going to give you a bunch of examples right now of the verse, or the chorus, I'm sorry. And the chorus ends on your A. You just play that once on the downbeat of 1, and that's the end of the chorus. and it would hold out, and then it would go back to the next verse if you choose to do more than one verse for your song. So I'm going to give you a bunch of examples here of the chorus for you to play along with. You ready? So we're going to do it at this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Ready? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a play along section for the chorus of this song. The next thing I'm going to give you is the whole, all of the three of those parts together for you to practice along to. I'm only going to do that one time, so you can rewind this as many times as you want to practice the whole part, right? The whole thing together, right? So again, it starts with the chorus, or the intro. I'm sorry. It starts with the intro, which is just holdouts on 1, the downbeat of 1. And then it's going to go to the same chord progression, the same note progression for the verse, and the strum pattern for that again is 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. And the intro will only be played one progression. The verse will be played 4 progressions. And then it'll go to the chorus. Right? And, our progression for the chorus is going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So we're adding the and of 2 here, right? So... does that progression one time, and that's the end of the intro, verse, chorus of the song. So here's the whole thing for you to play along with. Sorry, had a visitor, so I'm waving. So I'm going to do the whole thing for you here, so here's the entire progression for the intro, the verse, and the chorus. Ready? Here we go. We're going to do it at this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Ready? Here. Find your first note. That is going to be that D note, the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the entire intro, verse, and chorus. So for your assessment on this song, that's the least you'll have to play. If you do extra verses, if you do the part over again, it'll be extra credit. So you can listen to the song and figure out where those parts come in, but that is an entire intro, verse, and chorus. You can rewind any part of this play along to practice any of those parts. Happy practicing.